Hello all, welcome back to the Langchain session number 8, which is going to be last session, right? So we have been discussing about Langchain since 4 weeks. So let us quickly recap. Just a second, guys. Just wait for a minute, then we will start. Just wait for a minute, guys, so that we can start. If in case anyone joins, let them join. All right, guys. So let us start. Okay. So we have been discussing about Langchain uh, since 4 weeks. All right. So let me quickly recap what components we have covered in Langchain till now, and then we are going to start agents today, and we will end up with one capstone project. Right. So in the session one, we have discussed about LLM components. Right. So we have seen practically how to interact with LLM models, be it a language model or embedding model. We have seen both the model with examples, right? Also, we have discussed how to interact with proprietary models and as well as how to interact with open source models as well. So that was the session one recap. In the session two, we have completely dedicated for the prompts components. In that prompt component, we have discussed about static prompts, dynamic prompts, prompt template, and chart prompt template. And also, we have seen practically how to implement all these in practical manner, right? So after that, we entered into week two completely dedicated for RAG systems. So we have seen document loaders, we have seen chunking strategies, we have seen a vector database with a practical example of how to implement a ChromaDB, how to implement FIAS, and also we have seen how to implement a cloud-based vector DB, which is a Pinecone as well. Correct. After that, we have discussed about retrievers, and then we have implemented a small RAG system uh, in session 4. All right. Now, in the session 5 and 6, we have discussed about a memory component. We discussed in detail why we need to use memory, right? Because by default, LLM calls are stateless, right? So there will be no context aware of one call to another LLM call. So to avoid that problem, we have used a memory component and we solved that problem as well through practically. So after that, we have discussed about a multi-modality as well, right? Then in the next session, we have discussed about in detail about chains, runnables, what is a runnable parallel, what is a runnable sequence, what is runnable pass through. All these things we have discussed with examples as well. All right. Then yesterday, we have discussed in detail about tools, how to define, how to use predefined tools which are already exist in Langchain ecosystem. And then we have also seen how to make a custom tool using @tool decorator, right? And we have also seen practically how this tool calling happen manually, right? So this was the quick recap of seven sessions what we have done till now, and today we are entering into the concepts of agent, which are a core concept of any agentic framework. All right. So let's quickly see what is agent first, and then we are going to discuss uh, when to use chains and when to use agents, right? And then we are going to discuss a simple weather agent first, and then we will jump into a capstone project. All right. So I hope today's agenda is clear. Keep that in mind. Let us start. What is a agent? Okay. All right, guys. So you can see the definition. What is agent? An agent in Langchain is more a dynamic. It uses an LLM as a reasoning engine to decide which tool to run and in what order based on the user input or context, right? So agents combines LLMs tools decision logic and optionally memory or external context, right? So tools could be anything we have discussed, right? A lot of tools we have discussed earlier. Tools could be your API calls, your databases, your calculators, or any custom functions. All right. So when you run an agent, what will happen? It will run a set of actions in a loop, right? So first user query reaches to the LLM, and LLM thinks about user query, and it will also see what are the available tools with it. All right. So once it thinks and it makes a proper plan what to execute first and what to execute next, it will start giving this tool to be executed first and this tool to be executed second, this tool to be executed third. It will plan, it will make a blueprint what to do to achieve a particular user query. Once it plans, then according to the plan it will loop, it will reason, execute, and then loop, reason, execute, and then loop, right? So let us show you when I am searching about these agents, I have find one Google document where they have clearly defined how these agents are going to be work, right? So let us take you to that particular document. Now you can see over here. So agent first what will do, it will think how to achieve that particular goal, or how to solve the particular user's question or user's problem. First it will think, then it will start acting, it will act, then it will try to observe whatever happened in the act section. It Every action will give some result, right? So with that result it will observe, and then it will respond. So in general, what will happen if you have if you ask a query which needs to be executed in multiple steps? So this is the if you ask a simple question, let's say if you say hi, there is nothing to do with that, right? Just it will think, it will act, it will observe, and it will respond. But if you ask a complex questions to the your system, at that time what LLM has to do? LLM has to perform all these things in a loop, right? So you can see this. So what will happen when user asks any question, the LLM generates a thought about the problem. First, it will think how to solve this problem, and then LLM decides what action to take and specifies the input for that action. All right. So once that action is done, then observes the LLM receives feedback from this action. Right. Once action is done, this action produces some result. That result again your LLM will observe, and then if it thinks that it got enough context to answer the question, then it will start generating the response to that particular user query. All right. Okay. Now, if question is a complex question, if a user question is complex question and required multiple steps, right? So if sometimes if it is a greeting, if it is hi or hello, it doesn't require to run agent in a loop, because it's a straight simple greeting. LLM easily understand, it doesn't require to use any tool, it has to simply generate the response. But sometimes yesterday we have seen one example where we have asked a question which is actually combination of multiple questions, right? So we have asked to the agent what is weather, current weather in the Bangalore, and also we have asked who built Mysore Palace. So this is a two-step question, right? In one step, uh, generate the answer, because it has to see what tools are available with it, and then it will plan accordingly. Then it will start the execution in a loop. So let us see how this loop works. First, your query will reach to your LLM, and LLM thinks it will give the action plan. Once action is done, it will observe, and then it will go to thinking, and again it will give some more action to be executed, and then it will observe the result. Once it is satisfied, then it will come out from the loop and then start giving a final response, right? So with an example, we will see how this agents works. Let's say user give one query saying that I need to find good Italian restaurant. Let's say user asked, give me a good Italian restaurants in this area. So this is a user query, right? So if this is the user query reach to your agent, then your agent will start thinking how to solve this problem, so in the first step, what it will think, okay, user is asking about a nearby Italian restaurants. So what I need to do, I need to find a good Italian restaurants in that particular area. Right. This is the first step your agent will think. Once it has think, then it will uh, it will start doing action. What it will do, if you get to this action, see, every LLM has knowledge cutoff, right? Every LLM agent has knowledge cutoff. So let's say your LLM has knowledge cutoff at 2022. It cannot give this particular question from 2022 database. Obviously, it has to see what is the best at this point. Correct. So what your LLM tries to do? Okay, I will search online for Italian restaurants in this area, right? So this is the first action step. It will search online. Let's say your LLM has a DuckDuckGo search or Google search capability, right? Any searching capability if your LLM has, then it will start searching your query online straight away, right? Once your this action has been performed, then it will get some result. Obviously every action will leads to some result, right? So then what your LLM does, LLM starts observing that particular actions result. Okay, so it will think that okay, here are some options with high ratings. Correct. So it got some Italian restaurants at this point with high whatever restaurant. There might be so many restaurants. Maybe it might be getting top 5 restaurants or top 10 restaurants with respect to ratings, right? Now again it will go to thinking mode. Now I got these results. User wants the best Italian restaurant, so that it has to filter, right? In the next step, what will it happen? You can see over here, it will start thinking, okay, which one is best fit based on the user's preference. Which one is the best fit based on user's preference? User's question is what? He wants a good Italian restaurant, right? So then it will start filtering out of these 5 results or 10 results, whatever results it has with it currently. Now once thinking is done, then again it has to perform some action. Okay, I will check the menus. to see which one has the most appealing dishes. Correct. So based on this appealing dishes, again it will do some sort of filtering, uh, filtering of these restaurants. Now once this action is done, then it will observe this one has delicious looking pasta, right? Obviously, Italian. What is famous in Italian? So the first dish will be the pasta, right? So it will observe the menus and it will find out. Okay, this one has a delicious looking pasta in this particular restaurant. Now, it has enough context. It has enough context to give a response to the user. Then what it will do? It will create a response. It will create a response. I said I recommend XYZ restaurant. What is the reason behind you know uh, recommending this particular restaurant? It has a great reviews, is located nearby, and has a fantastic pasta selection. So these are the criterias it has taken. You can see the in the first criteria it has taken a best reviews, right? In the first criteria it is near, it should be nearby restaurant, and later it filtered out based on reviews, and then it filtered out based on the best dish which is available in that particular restaurant, right? So any agent, any react, what is a react? Simple, a reason and then action. Think, act, observe, think, act, observe. So this will go in a loop till it reaches some particular goal, some particular goal. In this case, what is the goal? The goal is to find out the best Italian restaurant in a particular area, right? In that particular area. So till here, it got enough context to decide which is the best restaurant. Then it started responding. Some queries may require a multiple loops, right? In this case, it executed only in two loop, right? Some complex queries may require to execute a 10 10 number of times, 11 number of times to that particular loop. So in that case, that loop continues till your LLM gets enough context, till your LLM gets enough context. So this is how these agents works, right? So I hope I cleared how these agents work. If this is clear, then we are going to implement a simple, weather agent, and then we'll also give search capability to it later. Then we will jump into the capstone project. All right, guys. So let us quickly go. Let us quickly go to Visual Studio Code. All right. So now I'm going to take a new folder. I'm giving folder name as agents. All right. Inside agents, I'm going to create a new file, and file name I'm going to give it as a weather underscore agent dot py. Right. Instead of notebook, I'm taking a Python file. Uh, right. All right. So let me start doing whatever are required imports. Correct. So let me quickly import whatever the necessary things for this agent. You also know, right? Agent is a combination of LLM tools, LLM and tools. So obviously, we need to import the tool. We need to import one model. It might be from a chart OpenAI, or it might be from Google, or it might be from Anthropic, right? Also, since for the weather information, we are depending on a third party, weather information, which is yesterday we have seen open weather map. So for that, we need to send a request. So obviously, we need to import a request as well. And then we are going to create agent, so we need to import an agent as well, right? So let me quickly do the imports first. All right, guys. So you can see my imports. What are my imports? So first I am importing a chart OpenAI from Langchain underscore OpenAI, which is going to act as my model, right? And then I'm going to import tool because I want to provide a tool which gives the weather information to the LLM. All right. And then I'm going to import request because I'm going to call API request to the third party system who will give me the weather information of a city. So for that purpose, I have imported request. And Langchain messages, I'm importing these messages to show something, but currently uh, yeah, you know these messages, right? Human messages, AI message, tool message, and system message. I'm going to import all these things as well. And then the new import we are using today is from Langchain dot agents import create agent. So using create agent class, we are going to create an agent. So for that purpose, we are importing create agent from Langchain underscore agents. All right. Then we are importing load.env from .env to load our all API keys, right? So two kinds of API keys we are going to use. One is for open weather map and second one is for chart OpenAI. So open weather map I'll use directly. Chart OpenAI I'm loading from .env file. All right. So let me quickly load .env file, and also I will take my API key of open a weather map. So we have seen yesterday how to create this API key in open weather map as well, right? All right. So once this is done, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one a model, or I'm going to create a tool first. So whatever you are comfortable, you can do it. First, let me create a tool first, right? So this particular tool, we have already seen a weather tool, how to implement, right? How to implement the weather tool. We have seen yesterday's class. I think couple of times we have declared the weather tool, the same tool, the same weather tool. I'm going to, paste it over here again. So let me open yesterday's thing. It might be in multi-tool calling, I guess. So let me take, yeah. So this is the function we have seen yesterday. So I'm going to take this particular function. Sorry. All right, guys. So I'm taking this full function. I don't know. It's not getting copied. Ah, yeah. So let me copy it, and then I'm going to paste it over here. And then since it is a tool, I need to decorate it with at the rate tool at decorator, right? We have seen yesterday all these things. So nothing extra we are doing up to now. We have done only one extra import, which is we are importing create agent from agents, right? All right, guys. So earlier versions of Langchain, you need agent executor, all these things, but in the new versions, they are directly giving create agent, so that you no need any agent executor. All these things will happen inbuilt, right? So I feel instead of going in a older way, so better to go with a new documentation. That's why I'm importing create agent. All right. Okay. So now my tool is ready. What is my tool? Get weather. It requires a city as an input, and then it requires API key. We are giving API key manually. Then we are going to call this particular URL with city and as well as our API key. Then it will give some JSON response. That JSON response, a raw JSON response, we are going to return. In case if this API call fails, we are going to return could not get weather for this particular city. Some error information we are going to send to the LLM. So this is about a tool. This is about this particular tool. Then once this is done, then what we need to declare one model, right? Because agent is a combination of a model and then tool, uh, right? So when we are creating agent, that time I'll show you what parameters and all are required for creating agent. But for now we need a model, because model acts as a brain to the agent. All other tools are like hands and legs, right, to perform some particular action. All right. So let me quickly declare a model. So since I have imported chart OpenAI, I'm going to create a model with chart OpenAI. So model I have taken a GPT 3.5 Turbo. Any model you can take. It might be 4.0, it might be 5, or it might be 4.1 mini. Whatever model you are comfortable, you can take it over here. All right. So once this is done, my tool is ready, my model is ready. Now it's time to declare the agent. It's time to declare the agent. Let me declare a variable called agent, and my agent I'm going to take uh, create agent class over here, right? So let me take create agent class, create underscore agent. All right. Now, if you hover on create agent, if you hover on create agent, you can see that this create agent requires some parameters. The first parameter is going to be a model, because model is a mandatory for any agent, right? Without brain, agents won't work. We all know that, right? So we need one model, and then we need to specify tools. Optionally, we can also specify a system prompt, a middleware state schema. In case if you want to maintain the state what happened in the previous state, you can pass all these things. But for now we are going to pass just a model and tools. Also we are going to pass a debug parameter, which I am going to set it as a false. If you set it as a true, it will give you all debug steps. You can see the debug over here, and also you can give the name to this particular agent, right? So you let you go through these parameters once, and then you can explore one by one according to the document. All right. So whatever required for this weather agent, I'm going to declare for now, right? So first thing is going to be a model. So I need a model is equals to, I have already declared my model, so I'm copy pasting over here, right? One parameter I have passed, then I need to pass a tool, tools, list of tools, right? So let me take a tools, and tools, uh, tools requires a list of tool, not a string. So you can see over here, model requires string, that's why I have passed string, but a tool requires a sequence of base tool, right? So let me pass a list of tools over here. Currently I have only one tool, so I'm going to pass only that particular tool, correct? So what is our tool? Our tool name is going to be a get weather. So let me copy it and then paste it over here. Since it accepts a list of uh, tools, if we have a multiple tools, in case if you have a multiple tools, you can simply add n number of tools you want, correct? So there is no restriction of how many tools you are going to assign to this particular agent. Now, I'm also going to give some system prompt, and I will tell you are a helpful weather assistant. Right? It is completely optional, but it is better if you give some, uh, a tone or a character to the agent, so that it will act according to that. Let me quickly declare a system prompt. My system prompt is going to be, you are a helpful weather assistant. You are going to be a helpful weather assistant. That's it. So in case if you want to disable debug, you can see a debug parameter is also there. You can simply specify as a false. You can simply specify as false. Like that, whatever whatever the required parameters, you can declare those things as well. All right. So I forgot comma over here. Let me give the comma. Then this error will go. uh, just a minute, guys. This is not a false. It might be false. All right. So these are the parameters I have given to my agent, and my agent is holding at agent parameter. Now, what is my next step? I need to invoke this agent by passing one user query. Correct? By passing one user query. So let me quickly invoke this agent. Let me quickly invoke this agent. What I'll do, I will write agent.invoke. Inside invoke, it accepts one it accepts a dictionary. It accepts a dictionary. Now a dictionary will be having messages. So let me show you what it accepts. All right. So I am passing a message. I am telling role user. This is the user question. What is the user question? What's the weather in a Bangalore city? Bengaluru city. Now I'm not going to ask any other question. Now you can see that this is going to be my user message since the role is user, and user is asking about what is the weather in Bangalore city, or I can specify Bengaluru as well. So let it see what this agent responds. Now in the agent, we have given a clear system prompt telling that you are a helpful weather assistant, and we also assigned a get weather tool. If you remember yesterday's session, what happened yesterday? We don't have any agent. We have declared LLM. We have bind these custom tools to the LLM, right? We manually bind, and LLM give us to perform some actions, and then manually we are performing a tool calling, and then we are appending those tool calling to message, and in the end we are sending a complete list of messages to the LLM. Now, if you see, my agent is very clear. I am not doing anything. I have simply declared my tool, and my tool information I pass it to the agent. And that's it. I am not doing anything. So whenever you use invoke, Langchain will take care of everything. What will happen now? First, it will go to the LLM, and LLM starts thinking, okay, user is asking about Bangalore's weather. Obviously, it cannot get it from uh, its knowledge base, because its knowledge base might be outdated, right? So I want current weather in the Bangalore city, right? In that case, what will happen? It will see what are tools are available with me. Then it will identify, okay, I have a get weather tool with me. So if I tell to access this get weather, I need to extract city from this user query, so that it will extract the city, and then it will send a tool call message. Now, once tool call is received, this tool call will be executed, and then send the result back to the agent. Now agent has a dictionary of information about Bangalore. What is the current weather, what is the current temperature, what is the min temperature, what is the max temperature, all the information it is having. So what I'm talking, yesterday I have shown you, I think. So so once you execute this tool, I have shown you, right, what and all weather information it gives. So it will be having all weather information. Then it has a good context to decide to answer this particular question. Then agent will start generating a response to that particular question, and then it will give you the result, right? Since it is a straight question, it will not require multiple loops. In a single loop, it will run. It will think. It will act, it will observe, and then it will give the result. So that result I am going to store it in a variable called a result, now. Then in the final step, I'm going to result print this particular result. All right. So that's it, guys. So our first weather agent is ready, and whatever you are asking a question, that will agent will start working, solving your problem, and then it will give the result. Let's see what this result contains. Then we will extract exact result from this result variable. Final result we are going to extract. All right. So let me quickly execute this file. So let me do one thing. I need to activate my virtual environment. Let me activate it. So you can see over here, I have activated my virtual environment. Once I activated virtual environment, my file is inside agents folder. So let me go to that particular folder, cd agents. Now I am inside agents, so I am good to go to run this particular file. Correct. So how do you run Python file? You have to use Python, and then file name, which is weather underscore agent dot py. Let me run it. Uh, just a moment, guys. I got some error. Let me solve it. What is this error? Agent dot invoke. There is some problem in agent dot invoke. Uh, Haven't closed properly. No. Unhashable type or dictionary. Give me a moment. Let me solve this problem at line 41. It's like everything is correct. What's weather in Bangalore city? Yeah, yes. 1 minute. Let me execute again and see. Still, if it is the same problem, then I'll use Google or GPT to solve this problem. All right. Now you can see that it has given a result. I think I have given some dictionary format error. That's why it hasn't processed. Now you can see it has generated the response successfully. Now if you see the response, it is a long, long, long response. Correct. So you can see inside messages, first it is taking human message. What is the human message? What is the weather in Bangalore city? And then it given AI message. And AI inside AI message content is empty because it has to execute the weather tool. It has to execute the weather tool. So I hope it is visible. I hope it is visible. Now, uh, this is the AI message. Inside AI message, you can see over here. Let me show you where it is. All right, so it is telling that tool call is required. It is telling that tool call is required. So this is the tool call. It is telling that tool calls are required. First tool call is going to be name a get weather tool call. It has to be it is required. And then arguments, what is the arguments? It is expecting a city, and city it has extracted as a Bengaluru, right? So this is the second step has been generated. Once once this is done, then you can see that this weather tool has given a tool message. You can see over here a tool message over here, a tool message over here. What is the tool message? Tool message content is having what is the longitude of Bangalore city, what is the latitude of Bangalore city, and then it has a weather information. All right. So all base stations, all information it has given. All right. So now once tool message is done, then what happened again? So this tool call is over. Then all this information will go to again your LLM. Now you can see that this is the final AI message over here. This is the final AI message. What is the final AI message? It is saying that the weather in Bangalore is as follows. Temperature is 21.91 degrees centigrade. Description is a scattered clouds. Humidity is 77%, and wind speed is 4.12. 4.12. Some I don't know what measurement it is. Might be meter per second. Then visibility is 6000 meters. So all that information it got, and then it is generated. Now if you remember yesterday's session, what we have done, all these things we are doing manually. All these things we are doing manually. Now what is happening on behalf of us, Langchain framework is taking care of all this orchestration. Inside agent, whenever it requires to execute some tool, Langchain will execute the tool, and then it will append the tool message, and then it will append AI message. So whatever we have done manually yesterday, so everything will be taken care by the Langchain framework. So this is what same thing we have seen in if you remember, same thing we have seen in yesterday also, right? So let me quickly show you. You can see over here uh, human message, then we are appending tool message, then we are appending second tool message. In the end, if you print the messages, you can see that there will be a human message, there will be a AI message, there will be a tool message, and in the end there will be a AI message with final answer. All right. So same thing it is happening here, but we have we are technically not doing anything over here. We have just created agent. We have assigned one model to the agent, and also we have assigned whatever tools we have with us. Then everything, all orchestration will be taken care by the Langchain framework. All right. So now what I will do, I will try to extract the final answer from this result. Final answer from this result, right? So we have seen it is a list of messages, list of human messages, AI message, and all, right? So what I will do, I will, if you observe carefully, since LLM involves in multiple steps, LLM involves in multiple steps, AI messages will be having, multiple AI messages, but we need to extract a last AI message, right? So that is what our final answer is, correct? So first AI message content will be empty. If loop executes further, then second AI message also will be empty. If executes one more time, third AI message content is also empty. So we are not going to extract those AI messages. We are going to extract final AI message. So for that, we need to write this particular for loop, this particular for loop. So let me explain you what I am doing. Whatever the result, inside result, there is a messages key. You can see over here. Let me show you. This is my result, right? There is a messages key, which is a list of messages, which is a list of messages. Now what I am doing, I am reversing, so that I am taking I am doing loop from last, and then I am taking what is there any AI message instance exist or not. If that is the case, then extracting that particular message content and storing into final answer. Since we have extracted the final AI message, we don't need anything else, because that is our final output, right? Then I am breaking my for loop. Now I am storing my final answer inside my final answer variable. All right. So now let me print my final answer. So before that, let me give a line break, and then print the final answer. Final answer. All right. So let me save it, and then I'm going to run my agent again. Let me clear my screen. All right. Now let me run my agent again with the same question. What is the weather in Bangalore? So why every time Bangalore? Let me change it to Mumbai this time. Mumbai. Let me save my file and then execute. All right, guys. So see, these are the list of messages where I am printing a complete result. This is the complete result, but I am extracting a last AI message content. This is my final answer. This is my final answer. You can see over here what was the final answer. The current weather in Mumbai is as follows. Temperature is 26.99 degrees centigrade. Uh, weather description is smoky, and humidity is 65%. This is the wind speed, and this is the visibility. So if anyone is from Mumbai, they can validate what is the current temperature in Mumbai as well. All right. So this is how simple creating an agent inside a Langchain framework. All right. Now let me do one more step. What I will do now, since we have assigned only one tool to the agent, now I'm going to assign one more tool, right? So we have also seen yesterday DuckDuckGo search. So let me assign that tool as well, and then I will ask a bit complex question and see how agent responds with it answer. Correct. So for that, what I need to import a DuckDuckGo search. So let me import it quickly. We have already seen yesterday how these tools work, right? So I'm not going to explain again. You can follow yesterday's session, so you might know. From the tools, I'm going to import DuckDuck, go search, run class. After that, I need to create a variable and import that particular class. Correct. So now search is become my a new tool which is having DuckDuck go search tool capability. Now Inside my tools section, I'll go. Now I have two tools. First tool is get weather. A second tool is going to be my duck go search run tool, right? That I'm storing inside a search variable, right? So this is search variable is going to be my second tool. So what I will do, I will pass it over. I'll pass it my search over here. Now my LLM has access of two tools. First tool is get weather, second tool is search. Now my system prompt is also I'm going to change a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm telling that you are a helpful assistant. Answer user queries based on the tools available. So that is going to be my system prompt this time. So let me clear it and then paste it. Now you can see over here, I'm system prompt I'm giving. You are a helpful assistant that provides a weather information and can also search the web using a DuckDuckGo to find current information. So this simple system prompt I have given. I have changed my tools also because now I have a couple of tools. So both the tools I have assigned to my agent. Nothing. After this, I'm not going to change anything. You write 10 tools, you write 15 tools, you write 20 tools, the procedure is going to be same. You just change your tools parameter. According to that, you can change your system prompt, then everything else works similar. All right. So let me save it. Let me save it. And I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to print the result also. I'm going to print final answer as well. So this time I'm changing my question because I'm not only asking about weather. I'm also asking about some particular, you know, let me ask, which can also search, uh, you know, let me ask a question so that it can also invoke a weather tool. It can also invoke DuckDuckGo search tool also, right? So let me do one thing. I will ask what is the weather in Mumbai city, and who is the uh, Prime Minister of India? Who is the Prime Minister of India? All right. So now we have a two questions, right? Combined, we made a question combining with two sub questions. The first question required my weather tool, and the second question required a DuckDuck Go search, which will go into the internet and search for who is a Prime Minister of India currently. All right. So what I want to achieve is I want to make sure agent uses two tools also. Correct. So let me save it. Let me save it. And then I'm going to run this. Let me clear my screen. All right. Then I'm going to run my agent this time. All right, guys. So you can see the response. It is also using the DuckDuckGo search. It is also using DuckDuckGo search. You can see the tool information over here. And also it is using a weather tool. Let me show you that as well. So you can see that name get weather. So it technically it is using both the tools. A get weather tool also it is using, a DuckDuckGo search also it is using. Once both has given some result, right? Now LLM has enough context to answer the particular user's query, right? Now what LLM answered? LLM answered the weather in Mumbai city is currently as follows. Temperature is 27 degrees centigrade. This is the weather description, and then humidity is a 61%, right? And downside you can see that the Prime Minister of India is Narendra Modi, who has been in office since 2014, right? Since 2014. Now let me do one thing. Let me quickly remove my DuckDuckGo search access, and then I will ask the same question and let us observe what LLM does, right? I just want to show the difference. If you don't use DuckDuckGo search, what will happen? If you use DuckDuckGo search, what is going to happen, right? All right. So let me clear my screen and then run my agent again. Let me clear it, then run it. All right, guys. So you can see this information as it is, it has given. And then as for the current Prime Minister of India, I will search for that information. So it's failed to answer. It fails to answer, right? Because we have given a particular, we have given what we have given. You can see the system prompt. We are specifying instruction, use weather information and use the DuckDuckGo. But since it doesn't have DuckDuckGo search access, it failed to do DuckDuckGo search. That's why your result is like this. As for the current Prime Minister of India, I will search for that information, and that in that context your LLM didn't get. Now let me change my system prompt little bit. Let me change my system prompt. I'm completely going to remove about this DuckDuckGo search. All right, DuckDuckGo search. Now, actually, what I'm expecting is LLM should pick answer from his knowledge base this time, because we are not providing any search tool to it, right? So let me save it and then let me run same agent again. So now I have cleared all the DuckDuckGo search from system prompt, also from a tool access also. Now I'm expecting it will give from its knowledge base. You can see that the Prime Minister of India is Narendra Modi. How it got? Because from it got it, you know, from it a knowledge base. All right. So this is how this agents works. Then you can just play around it. You know, you try to give the much more tools. You try to give Wikipedia tool. You try to give some pre-built tools. You build your custom tools. You give access to your databases. You give access to your APIs. Just go and explore about this. Agent, so that you will get the a better understanding of how these agents are going to work. All right, so I hope everyone is clear with this weather agent. If this is done, then we are going to build an SQL agent for connecting our PostgreSQL. And also this time my agent, I'm going to expose it as a fast API, expose it through fast API, and then I'll connect that agent to my front end, so that user from HTML page he can ask questions through text. Also he can ask from a voice as well. So that is what our capstone project. So if this concept is clear, we are going to start our capstone project. All right, so just give me a moment, we will start our capstone project. All right, guys. So let us start our capstone project. I'm going to use a same folder, which is agents folder. I'm going to take a new file this time, and I will call this file name as SQL underscore agent or PostgreSQL agent, whatever name you can give. Then I'm storing it as a Python file. All right. So if you observe, if you understand clearly what we are going to achieve, we are going to build an SQL agent. What SQL agent does? What SQL agent does generally? User asks some question in natural language. Correct. User asks some question in natural language. Our agent has to process our natural language, and then it has to see our database structure, our table structure, and then decide what tables to access to get, you know, this particular answer, and then it is going to execute that particular SQL command and then give the result back to the user. So this is what SQL agent does. It will take a text input, right? It will understand the user's intent, what action is going to perform. Let's say if user asks about, give me the information about user with user ID 1, then what it has to do? First, it has to see the database. It has to see the database and collect a database structure. What database structure will be having? Database structure will be having a list of tables. List of tables. Now, inside list of tables, since I am asking about user information, since I am asking about the user information, now what my agent needs? My agent need to get a user table schema. User table schema. Why user table schema? Based on that, right? Based on user table schema, then it can write a SQL query. Then it will execute my SQL query. So for writing the SQL query, it needs user table schema first. Correct. So in the first step, it has to get a database structure. It means it has to get a list of tables. What are the tables are available in my database? In the second step, according to the user query, what table schema do I require? What table schema do I require? Since uh, if user is asking about the user details, then obviously it has to get the schema of users. Let's say user is asking about some product information, then it has to get a schema of product information, right? In the step 2, it will get table schema. In the step 3, what should happen? According to the schema, it will build a query, it will build a SQL query, and then it will execute the that particular query. Once query execution is done, then your agent will get some information from the DB, Based on that context, your final response will be generated by the LLM, and then this agent will send the result back to user. So this is how this SQL agent works in high level, right? So if you understand clearly, it needs three tools. It needs three tools. The first tool is getting database structure. That is going to be my first tool. The second tool is going to be getting a table schema. If LLM request I need users table, then this my second tool has to give a table schema. If LLM asks product table schema, then my second tool is responsible for giving a schema of that particular table. Correct. So this is going to be my second schema. In the third step, what is happening? In the third step, it is going to execute the SQL query, right? So my third tool is responsible for executing my my PostgreSQL query. All right. So these three tools I required. These three tools I required. Among with these three tools, what I need first database connection string. I need database connection string, right? If I don't have database connection string, I cannot connect it to my particular database. So these are the high level requirements. So let first quickly do the imports and then try to get one by one, right? All right. So let me import a couple of things first. What I'm going to import. So since I'm going to use one model, so obviously I need to import chart OpenAI. I think it is clear. And then I'm going to assign some tools to my agent. So obviously I need to import tool. So I have imported the tool, and then I'm going to create the agent. I'm going to create the agent. So I need uh, I need to import create agent from agents. Also, I need AI message, right? AI message, human message, all these things. And also I need a chart prompt template. So let me quickly import those as well. So these are the regular imports we are seeing from long time, correct? So along with this, I need some more imports which are related to fast API, and then uh, uh, fast API also, which are some imports are related to my PostgreSQL, because I need to interact with PostgreSQL, right? So for that, I need one Python package. That Python package also I'm going to import. All right. So let me quickly import all extra informations. These extra informations are not from a Langchain frameworks. So these are I'm importing from a Langchain ecosystem. All other are regular Python stuff, right? So I'm importing OS. I'm importing load.env so that it will load my environment file, and then I'm importing this particular package, which is uh, PostgreSQL package. Using this package, we are going to connect to our PostgreSQL. Then from Fast API, we are importing Fast API, and from Pydantic, we are importing base model. So these are my imports. I hope this you don't have any doubt about this imports, right? All right. So with this, now what we need to do, first we need to let us load our environment file. So let me do that first. Our env file will be loaded. So once this is done, I can create a model, I can create a tool. So before creating model, before creating tool, what I need my PostgreSQL connection string. PostgreSQL connection string, right? So for that, what I'll do, I'll quickly go to neon db. So you can see that a Neon serverless PostgreSQL. So it is a cloud platform which provides it is a cloud platform provides your PostgreSQL. I think up to zero point 0.5 GB of data it will give you freely. So for that purpose, I am using this instead of a local, so that you can also no need to install PostgreSQL in your local system. You can directly go to Neon, and then you can start creating one database. You can start creating a table and start uh, you know uh, inserting some data into your table. You can take one table, you can take two table, you can take three tables. It doesn't matter how many table your database is having. This agent is going to work in a such a way, whatever the table, how many number of tables you have, whatever the relations between tables, everything will work perfectly fine, right? So let me quickly, if you don't have account, click on sign up, and then quickly create the sign up. You can use your Google email, then you can sign up according to that. I already have the account, so what I'll do, I'll quickly log in into it. Now let me take a Google login. So this is my account in NeonDB. If not this account, I'm going to create a new DB, and also I'm going to create a new table as well. All right. All right, guys. So this is my Neon DB account. Once you have done here, you can simply click on a new project. You can give some project name over here. Let me quickly show you what will be there in new project. Give some whatever the project name you want, and then you can select which Postgres version you want to use. So I have given a 17, so you can also select 17, 16, 5, 15, 18, whatever you want. And then you have to select one cloud service provider where this PostgreSQL should be existed, either in AWS or Azure. They have a couple of options. You can select anything, it's absolutely fine. So in my case, I have selected AWS. Now, once you select that, it will ask you reason. You can select any reason as well. Currently, it has given only a limited AWS reasons. It doesn't have any, Mumbai region or New Delhi region. So any reason you can select, no issue at all. All right. So once you select everything, then you can simply click on create. Right, then it will create your uh, this one, whatever the project name you have given, with that name it will it will create your PostgreSQL DB, right? So this is my project. Now once you created that, you can go to tables section. You can go to tables section, just explore these tables. All right. So once you explore this table, you can see that I have already one table over here, which is a users table, right? So this users table is already having some records, and this table structure is what? ID, name, email is. So I hope you know these and all very fundamentals in SQL. I just created, four columns. Which first column is ID, which is obviously my holding my primary key, and it is auto increment. So I no need to pass ID over here when I'm going to insert any record into this table. And then I have given a name, which is varchar data type I have given, email I have given, and then age I have taken as a integer. All right. In case if you want to create one more table, let me quickly show you how you can create a new table, right? So you can see plus over here, just click on plus and then select create table, select create table. Now you can have over here ID, ID is integer primary key generated always as identity. You just click over here. All right. So it will be by default, it will select the ID for you. All right. Now, so first column has been taken already, and then if you want to add a second column, you can click on add column. So let me do one thing. This table name I'm going to give it as a products table. Products table. Now, I'm not going to add any relation between users table and products table. I'm simply for how to create a table and how to create columns inside the table in NeonDB. I just wanted to show you once. That's why I have taken a new table. So, but you no need to worry. This agent works for n number of tables and whatever the relation between those tables as well. All right. So I have given this one. What is my column name? My column name is going to be a product underscore name. Product underscore name is going to be my column name. You can click on data type so that you can select what data type you want. By default it is text. If you want to keep text, you can keep, or if you want to use varchar, you can use varchar as well, and then you can specify the length to 55. That's it. So one more column is already created. Now if you want to add one more column for the price purpose, again click add column. So this time my column 3 is going to be a price. This column is going to be price, and data type I'm going to select integer. So let me select integer. So you can always as identity, by default as identity you can select. These are generally for when you are adding primary key, it will you have to add it. But for this price you will enter, so you no need to add anything. Simply select integer and then leave as it is, right? Now, if you want to make any indexes, any constraints, you can also click add constraints. That particular column, you can add some particular constraint or a particular index as well, right? So once you go through this website, you will understand. Or you can, the best way is if you know if you know how to write a query to create a table, you can go to SQL editor. You can simply execute your table creation query. It will execute and it will create a table as well, right? So I want to add one more. Let me add one more column. This column I'm going to give as a quantity. How many quantity of that products we have, right? So let me give the column name quantity. Data type is going to be integer again. All right. So this is going to be my thing. Then you can click on review and create. So in the end, what it does, it has simply given create table products. ID it has taken, integer primary key generated always as identity. It means system will generate this ID for the each product. All right. And then a product name is going to be varchar data type. Price is going to be integer data type. and quantity is going to be integer data type. All right. So once this is done, you can simply click on create table. So let it create a table. All right, guys. So if you can see this tick mark over green color, it means your table creation has been done. Now you can see over here, earlier I have only users table. Now I have products table as well. Now if you want to insert some product, you can simply click on add product. So ID you remove, let it be empty because by default system will fill. Product name I'm going to give as let me give a product name as, you can give anything. What I will do, I'll give a Langchain book as my product, or let us give a general product name, which is going to be uh, any mobile I can give, right? Let me give, let me give Vivo mobile phone. In case if you want a separate brand, you can also create a separate brand name. There you can assign a Vivo as a brand name, right? So right now I'm not doing everything, but uh, I highly request you go here, explore, add whatever table structure you want, and then test our agent, right? All right, guys. So Vivo mobile I have added. Price I am going to add as a 9999, and then quantity, let me add it as a 10. Let me add it. All right. So I'm also going to add one more product. This product name is going to be HP laptop. HP laptop. Let me add price as 34,999, and then quantity, let me add it as a 2. And let me take one more. You can also add category, and also I'm not adding everything. You can add it later. Uh, Vivo mobile, HP laptop, and then I'm going to add some product called water bottle. Water bottle. Uh, Price, let me add 99 rupees, and stock I have, let me add 50. All right. So once this is done, you can simply click on save changes. Now you can see over here, ID is automatically assigned by the system 123. ID 1 is going to be my Vivo mobile. Price is this one. Quantity is this many quantity I have. Then second ID is going to be HP laptop. Price is this, quantity is this. Water bottle, price is this, quantity is this. So like that you can add n number of columns, n number of products, and you can also establish. You can take one more table called orders, and you can try to establish relation between users table and order table. That is also going to be work with this agent. All right. So I hope you know now how to create uh, a database inside NeonDB, and also you know how to create tables, and also you know how to insert those records inside this tables. All right, guys. So this is if this is clear, then we are going to our code, and then we will try to establish connection to this particular DB. All right. So for that we need a connection string. We need connection string. For to get connection string, just go to overview. Once you come to overview, you can see over here connect. Just click on connect, then it will give you the connection string. So this is going to be your database connection string, right? With this connection string, you can connect with your database. All right. So you just copy it. Then what I'll do, I'll go to my Visual Studio Code, and then start writing my connection string. All right. So let me take one variable called PSQL URL, and then I'm going to copy my connection strings. So this is the connection string I have copied from my Neon dashboard. I showed you just now, right? So this is the my connection string URL. All right. So my connection string is done. Now what I need to start defining the tools. I need to start defining the tools, right? So let me add a comment over here. PostgreSQL connection string. All right. All right, guys. So let's start defining our tools. Defining tools. So what is the my first tool? My first tool is going to be getting a DB schema, right? So let me write a function def get underscore DB underscore schema, right? So this is going to be my first function, and to get the db schema it doesn't require any input string because it has to take that particular db, because already db name will be over here. We are connecting to that particular db, so we don't need to pass any input for this function, but this function gives output as a string, right? So for that I'm taking string as an output. All right. So once this function is ready, we need to give a doc string for this particular function, right? What is doc string? It gives high level information about this particular function. So what I'm doing, I'm writing one doc string. My doc string is going to be list all tables in the database schema. So whenever you need list of tables in this particular database, you can call this particular tool so that it will give all list of tables. So now let me quickly do one thing. Let me decorate it with @ tool decorator. All right. So first this is my tool and I'm going to connect to my PostgreSQL, and then I'm going to execute one particular query. That query will try to give a list of tables in this particular DB. All right. So let me write that logic over here. All right, guys, let me close it. Now you can see over here what I am doing. So I have decorated with the @ tool, and then I have taken the function name, which is get underscore db underscore schema. This doesn't require any input variable, right? So that's why I have given empty input variables, and then it is going to be written one string as an output. Now I have assigned one doc string, which I'm telling that use this tool for getting list of tables inside this particular DB. Now to execute this particular query, this is the query which will give the list of tables, right? To execute this particular query, I need to connect to my particular PostgreSQL DB. So here I have given connection string. Using that connection string, I have used this package, and then I'm using connect method, which will establish the connection to my DB. Once connection is established, it will try to execute this query. Then it will fetch all the roles. It will close the connection immediately, and then it will make a doc string with schema and tables, everything using a for loop. In the final, it will return tables, and it will use a join to all the tables, right? So finally, it is going to return uh, a string which contains my list of tables. So this is what this tool does, right? This is my first tool. Now my second tool, I'm going to write it to get, let's say if user ask about uh, some particular product. In that case, what my LLM needs product table schema, right? So uh, uh, for that I need to write a tool which will take table name as an input, and then give that particular table schema as an output. All right. So for that, what I am doing, I am taking another function, new function, which is going to call it as a that my second function is going to be a get table schema. See, you see that first time it calls get list of tables, it will give the list of tables. Now LLM thinks, okay, this is the user query, this is the tables which are containing in the DB. Now to solve this particular query, what table schema do I need, what table schema do I need, right? So it will think, it will request the second tool, okay, I need this particular table schema, and table name it will pass as a string as an input to the this particular tool. It will give the string as an output, right? Since it is a tool, let me decorate it with tool decorator now. So again, I'm going to assign a doc string. I'm going to assign a doc string. I'm telling that get schema or column types of a particular table. Give the table name as an input and get that particular schema of table. So this is going to be my tool description. All right. Once this is done, I need to execute some particular SQL command. Then it will give the table schema, whatever table I got it from over here. All right. So now you can see. Uh, Let me do one thing, guys. Just give me a moment. Let me add that particular logic over here. All right. Uh, just give me a moment. Return can be used only with function. So there is something wrong. Just a moment. All right. So you can see over here. Now I am establishing connection. Right. In real time, if you normally you can maintain this connection string globally so that you no need to connect every time. You can use the connection pool, but since it is a capstone project, for every tool execution I'm going establishing connection. Once SQL query execution done, I'm going to close that particular connection, right? So that is how I'm using. Now you can see that we will get the table name as an input. So I'm passing this particular SQL query. This query will try to give the particular tables a schema as an output. You can see over here in the final, it will result schema for the table. Table name is going to be in this. This is the schema for this particular table. So this is the output this tool is going to give. Now we got the DB schema, we got the table schema. Now what I need one execution environment, right? What this tool does, whenever now LLM has enough information. Now LLM has users query, LLM has a DB schema, LLM has table schema. Now according to user query, LLM gives one SQL query to be executed. SQL query to be executed. So we need to write one function which is responsible for taking input as a SQL query, execute it, and then send output back to the LLM. Right. So for that, I'm taking a third tool. My third tool is going to be responsible for executing the query which is coming from the LLM, right? All right. So let me add over here. All right, you can see that tool name is going to be execute query. What it requires a query, right? Without query, what it will execute? It needs a query, and that query is coming from LLM. So I am taking a query as an input, and then I'm establishing a connection. Once connection establishment is done, I'm uh, performing that particular query operation, and then I'm going to close it. I'm going to close. In case if executes successfully, I'm going to return the output. All right. So this is what I have done it. All right. So this tool responsibility is that take the query as an input, execute it, and send the output back to the LLM. All right. So all three required tools I have defined right now. All right. Now what I need to define a model. I need to define an agent. Also, if you want, you can define a prompt as well, right? So let me define the prompt first. Let me define the prompt. This is going to be my prompt from chart prompt template. I have used form messages method. You can see system message I am assigning, human message I am assigning. What is the system message? System message I am telling you are a helpful assistant that interacts with PostgreSQL database using provided tools, right? And I am giving use DB scheme first to see what tables are available before executing any queries, right? So I'm giving enough context to the LLM as a system prompt. So you use the DB schema so that it will give the list of tables. Then use a table schema. Then you decide what query to be executed, right? All right, guys. So once this is done, then I need a model. So let me quickly define a model as well. Model. My model is going to be chart open AI. So you can give a default model 3.5 turbo. Also, you can specify whatever the model you want from OpenAI family. Correct. So I'm taking 3.5 turbo. If performance is not good, then you can upgrade, right? Because 3.5 turbo may not give a better result sometime if your table structure is complex, right? Your DB, you have a complex DB. Better to upgrade efficient model in case if it is not able to solve your problem. All right, so 3.5 turbo is enough, I felt. So I have given 3.5 turbo. Now my tools are ready, my model is ready. Now I'm going to create my agent, right? So let me declare my agent variable. We have seen already how to create agent using a create underscore agent, right? So it requires some arguments. First argument is going to be a model. So model I have already declared. So I'm going to assign one model to my agent. All right, I have assigned the model. Now what I have to do, I have to assign tools as well, right? So let me assign tools. Tools expects a list of tools, right? So let me take a list, and then I have a three tools. I need to pass all three tools. Make sure you are not doing any spelling mistake. All right. So take it first tool, put it inside list, comma. I need to pass second tool and third tool as well. This is my second tool. Copy this, paste over here, and then I need to pass my third tool also. Let me copy it and then paste it over here, right? So all the tools I have given. So I no need to mention system prompt because I already given system prompt over inside my uh, prompt, right? All right, guys. So now what I'll do, use a debug false. Let me use that debug. You can also enable true. There is no issue. You will get a lot of messages when your agent is executing. To avoid that, I'm just giving false. But I highly recommend when you are trying to execute this, give debug true and observe in each step what your LLM is going to do. Right. So it will give you the better understanding what is happening in the backend. All right. So let me save my agent now. Now I have a couple of things. What I can do, I can directly invoke this agent, right? I can directly invoke this agent and test first whether this agent is working fine or not. Once this agent is working fine, then I'm going to, uh, expose this agent via fast API so that I can implement my UI in HTML. Then I can connect this agent to my UI so that from UI, I can ask the question and agent will give the answer. All right, guys. So let us quickly test here first. Then we will wrap fast API using make it API using fast API. So let me quickly try to execute this. So you know that we have already executed earlier. What I need to execute, if you go to weather agent.py, you need to do, this is a agent execution. Just copy over here and then paste it over here. Give me a moment, guys. Now let me do one thing. Since I am not using this prompt, uh, let me comment for now. I can directly assign a system message over here, right? System prompt. So I'm copy pasting a same system prompt. Let me copy paste over here. All right, guys. So I have done it now. Now I'm going to invoke my agent for testing. So what is the question? So there is no point of asking weather and all because we haven't given any weather tools. So this time I'm going to ask some question which is related to the user. Right. So let me quickly ask one question. My question is going to be give me the user details with ID 1. All right, guys. So I'm asking the agent what whosoever user ID is 1, give me that particular user details. Now, if you see my tables, I go my inside tables and let me select my users table. The inside user table, you can see that ID1 is going to be Naresh, email is naresh@example.com, and age is going to be 28. So this is the output I'm expecting from my agent. So let me run this agent and then print the output. So output again, it is going to be same. Whatever you have done here, you can do the same thing, right? Because in the result, it will be having tool messages, it will be having human message, AI message, everything it will be having, right? So instead of seeing a result there, you can extract the final answer and then you can print it over there. All right. So let me print that. Now let me execute my agent. Let me clear my screen first. All right. Now I'm going to execute SQL underscore agent file. So let me write Python SQL underscore agent dot py. Execute it and see the output. So it should give whatever the user details we have seen. Yeah. So there is a error, guys. There is a this package dependency is there. We haven't installed this particular package, right? So let me quickly install this package. So we never install this package in this 8 sessions, right? So that is the reason it is giving error. So let me quickly install that particular package, whatever is required. All right, guys. So it has installed that particular package. Hopefully it should work now. Let me run it again. Let me run the same agent. All right, guys, you can see the output. So this is the final answer agent has been generated. I hope it is visible. It is saying that the user details with ID1 are name is Naresh, email is naresh@example.com, and age is 28. Whatever the information we have seen over here, right? So you can give you can ask any question related to now our particular DB. All right. So our agent is working fine. Now let me expose it to fast API so that we can build a quickly front end and then we can connect our front end and back end as well. So why I'm taking HTML example, because most of the people showing it in a streamlit example. So I feel let us go to some more other step and show either in HTML or React or Angular, because React and Angular will be too much to understand you as well. We need to install a lot of packages and all. So that is the reason I felt HTML is a good start to show, because in the end process is same, be it a HTML or be it a React or be it a Angular. You need to call one HTTP call to our agent, and our agent will expect the input from your front end, and then based on the input it will process the input and gives the output back to the front end. So this is how it works. It doesn't matter which front end framework you are using. You might use React, you might use agent, you might use plain HTML page as well. So that is the reason I have selected HTML. So now let us start exposing this agent. through fast API, right? So till agent creation, I will keep it as it is. Then I will start exposing this via fast API. All right. So to expose fast API, we need to take fast API class first. So let me take fast API class. So let me declare quickly. So I have taken fast API and stored inside app variable. Right. Now uh, it may give some cars error. That is the reason I am using middleware, cars middleware. Let me see if I don't if I get any cars error, I'm going to add middleware. If not, I'll simply skip the middleware, right? So for now what I need, I want some question to be collected, some question to be collected from the user, and also I need to send some answer to the user. So I need a couple of classes, pedantic classes, which is derived from base model. So let me quickly this one. So this is the query request. I am expecting question from the user. Inside query response, I am sending answer. That's it, right? I'm taking question, I'm sending answer. For that, I have defined two pedantic classes. Now I need to define my endpoint. I need to define my endpoint, right? So let me define my endpoint. Let me take function first. All right, guys. So this is going to be my function, which is ask. Ask is going to be my function. Request, it is expecting query request. Means it is expecting question as a schema inside it. All right. So now what I need to do, I need to decorate with @app.post. Then it will become a endpoint. Correct. So let me quickly add that decorator as well. Now, this function acts as an post API, right? So slash ask is the endpoint URL, and response model, I am telling that always respond with this particular schema. So it is completely optional. If you want, you can implement, or you can delete it, and you can construct whatever dictionary you want once your agent processed your query, right? All right. So I hope till now it is clear. Once it is clear, now I need to invoke my agent. I need to invoke my agent. All right. So let me quickly invoke my agent. So this is the agent invocation. You can see over here content I am extracting from a query request. Inside query request, I have a schema. A question is my key. That particular key I am extracting. So technically, this is going to be the user question. In the earlier case, what we have done, we have hard coded the question. Correct. We have hard coded this particular question, but in this example, what I am doing, I am expecting question from this API. Correct. So this API's input, I'll going to pass as an input to my agent. Now my agent processes and will give some result back. Now let me extract that particular result. Let me extract that particular result. All right. So same, whatever loop I have used over here, whatever the loop I have used here, same loop I have used. I'm storing final answer inside a final answer variable over here. And then I'm just printing the final answer. This final answer, I need to send it back to my front end using a return keyword. Now, so it is returning query response required answer. Inside answer, I'm putting my final answer. So any doubt, I hope till this point it is clear. It is plain fast API, post API, which takes question as an input, gives answer as an input. In between, we have implemented our agent logic. Correct. So this is done. Once this is done, what we need to do, we need to run this Python file. Correct. For that, since we are using a fast API, we need to import uvcon, and then we need to run it using uvcon.run. All right. So let me quickly do that. So this will take care of running this file. I'm importing uvcon. Inside I'm passing my app, and then I'm using host as 0000. By default, it will use 8000 port. So I have given 8000 port. In case if you want to change the port, you can change your port number as well. All right. Now my agent is ready. So if you want, what you can do, you can define a route quickly, but I think it is not required. Okay, so fine. Our API endpoint is ready. We successfully exposed our agent through our API. Now what I'll do, I'm going to run this file first. Correct. So let me clear my screen. Let me clear my screen. So you know, right, how to run UVCon using UVCon package. I have to write UVCon. Then I have to use my file name. What is my file name? SQL underscore agent. So this is my file name. Then you have to use colon app. This is optional. You can use a reload in case if I do any change, this will reload automatically. This is completely optional, but you have to give up to here. You can your file name without py and then colon app. Correct. So let me execute it. So now you can see that my agent is running at this particular URL, right? 127.0.0.1 is also my local host. So I can access this using localhost colon 8000. So let me quickly go there. Let me quickly go and access the local host, which is the port is going to be 8000, right? So let me execute it. Details not found because we haven't defined any route. Then if you want to see your API endpoint, you can simply use a slash docs. Then it will give you the swagger UI. All right, guys. So I hope it is clear up to this point. Now we have our endpoint, which is slash ask is my endpoint. Now let me establish it and then quickly click on try it out, so that now you can start asking the question. Same question I'm going to ask. Give me the user details with ID1. Why I'm asking this question? I simply wanted to make sure my API endpoint is ready. If it is ready, then I'm going to integrate it in my front end, right? So now my question is ready, and then click on execute. So it is executed successfully. Then you can see the answer as well. Inside response, you can see the answer, the user details. I hope it is visible. Let me zoom it. All right, guys. So you can see that the user details with ID1 are a name Naresh, email naresh@example.com, and age is this. So we have our API is working successfully. We exported our agent through fast API. Now you are good to go with your front end. You are good to go with your front end. All right. So up to this point, if you are clear, we are good enough. So whatever I am going to write now, it is a purely a front end stuff, purely front end stuff. If you join in any organization as an agent developer or a generative AI developer, your responsible is to build the backend. So till here your job is done. After this will be taken care by a front end team. Correct, front end team. But still, if you have interest to explore HTML, I'll quickly copy my HTML file, and I will try to explain line by line, so that you will also get context what is happening in the front end. All right, guys. So let me take a new file and save it this file as sql dot html. All right. So I have taken one HTML file. Now let me write my code. So if I write line by line, it will take so much time. I already have the code. So let me paste it over here. So high level, I will explain what is happening, and then we can start running this file. So if this is working fine, then we will see how to implement voice commands over it. Correct. All right. So if you have a little bit idea of HTML, you will able to understand HTML and JavaScript idea. In case if you don't have idea, you no need to worry about it. Anyway, this is not your job to give the UI for this particular agent. You can use Streamlit for for a simple testing purpose as well, right? All right, guys. So HTML stuff, this is the HTML root tag, and then I'm adding my head tags where I'm importing some bootstrap library for better UI purpose. There is nothing fancy over here. And then I have defined my style tags where I have taken one chart container. When you see the UI, you will understand. I think we no need to explain all these things. These are basic CSS stuff. After that, I have taken a division for chart container. I'm saying that chart with agent where I have taken one user input where user can enter his input and then hit enter, right? So it will in the backend what I am going to see, I'm going to call our API. I'm going to call our API whenever user sends his input. All right. So now if you see the script, I have write add a message over here, and also I have a send message over here. First, let me quickly explain what send message does. Whenever user enters something and hit enter, it is going to collect whatever a text is available over his input, right? Once if text is empty, I'm not doing any action, right? So there is no point of doing any action if text is empty. All right, correct. It makes sense, right? So if text is not empty, then I'm calling add message function by adding this text is entered by user. Now what it will do, this function will add one message in my chart window with the sender as a user. By default, sender is bot. By default, sender is bot. Since I'm sending sender as a user, so it will overwrite sender as a bot, and then it will assign one user message. You no need to worry anything about it. When you see the UI, you will come to know what is happening in the UI, right? All right, guys. So once you added that, I'm making my input empty because I'm going to process it. So once I get the response, I no need to keep the same input, right? Next time user wants to enter a different input. So for that purpose, I'm making that input empty. All right. All right. Once I got the particular input, now I have input inside my text variable. Inside my text variable, I'm constructing one API call over here. So what is my method name? My method name is post, and then my URL is the same URL, localhost port 8000 slash ask is my endpoint. You can see over here also, right? So this is my URL, request URL, the same URL I'm going to use over here. All right, method type post because it is a post method. Inside body, I need to send the question. What is the question? Question entered by the user will be storing in text variable. All right. So after that, I'm checking whether response is okay or not. If it has some error message, then I'm adding appending error message in the chart system. If it got success, I'm appending a bot message as well. In case nothing received, it is I'm appending no answer is received from the bot. All right. So then I am adding a click event to the send message button. That's it. That simple it is. I have only couple of functions. A first function will take the user input and call the API. Second function is taking care of appending the user message and as well as bot message. So that's simple. Uh, you know, uh, that's simple. Those two functions will do. All right. So once this is done, now I need to uh, take this function. If you see, if you copy the path over here and then go to your browser, try to execute this. All right. So this is the UI I have designed. So this is a simple UI, nothing fancy in it. Just a chart window where user can enter his question, click on send. So whatever he click on, whenever he click on send, one user message will append. Whenever output received from the bot, it will append a bot message as well. Right. So nothing else it does. So now if you try to access from file system, see now I have given a file URL, right? So it may not work, it will give some cars error. Let me test it. I'm going to copy the same question. Let me copy this question. So simply to make you, I know that this is not going to work. All right, so you can see that error failed to fetch. Now if you go to inspect, you can see the error. What is the error you are getting? In the console you can see access to fetch at localhost from origin null has been blocked by cars policy. So some error it is coming because you are accessing your file through file URL. Instead you can expose it to one HTTP server. From the HTTP server you can access it, right? So for that purpose, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a, a new terminal, a new terminal. Let me create a new terminal. All right. So I have taken a new terminal. My agent is already running over here. I'm not disturbing the terminal. I have taken new terminal. I hope it is visible to all of you. I hope it is visible to all of you. This is the new terminal. All right. So once I have taken the new terminal, I'm going to execute this Python command. Python command. Let me copy it. Let me go to agents folder first, cd agents folder, and then I'm running this Python command. Python -m http server 8080. What it will do, it will create a small HTTP server over this agents folder with port number 8080. So after once it is started running, you can access your HTML file with localhost colon 8080. In case if you define a port as a 9000, you can access at 9000 port. All right, so let me enter it. Now you can see that first time it will ask to allow, quickly allow it. Just wait for a second, guys. All right. So now it is serving HTTP. Now you are good to go with accessing this file with local host. So let me go. What I will do till here, my local host is running. Local host at the port 8080, then my file name slash my file name. Let me execute it. So you can see that same file has been loaded, right? Nothing has been changed. Now let me ask the same question. What is my question? My question is, give me the user details with ID 1. Correct. So let me send it. Still the same error. Let me do one thing. All right, guys. So same course error I am getting. So that is the reason I need to import the middleware. Let me quickly solve this error. We need to do couple of lines to be added. Let me add over that into my agent. All right. So let me go to my agent. Uh, this is my agent, right? So since I'm getting the cars error, you can see that I have shown you the cars error, right? So what I have to do, right? I have to add these lines. I have to add these lines. What I'm doing, I'm adding middleware with cars middleware, and this whatever coming from the port localhost 8080, it will not block. It will not block because we have given a cars permission to that particular request. All right. Uh, all right, guys. So if this is done, then again I'm going to my SQL file again, and then I'm going to execute the same question. Let me execute. So this time, hopefully you should not get any error. So let's wait. Agent might be processing. All right, guys. So you can see that the user details with ID 1 are a name and Naresh email, naresh at the rate example.com and age 28. So let me quickly ask one more question. You can see that I have one, two, three, four, some 4, 5 users I have in my table. Let me ask how many users I have in my table. Um, in my DBR table, whatever you want, you can ask, no problem. So just wait for a moment. It will process your request and then it will give you the output. All right. So it is clearly telling that you have 5 users in your database. You can see that I have 5 users in my database. Now let me ask about products. I have 3 products. So same question I will ask. How many products I have in my DB, right? All right, guys. So it is responded with you have three products in your database. All right. So we have successfully built our agent. We exposed our agent to the uh, through fast API. Now what will happen if you run the same agent using ngrok, you can expose your agent to the outer world so that you can also access my agent and you can also start asking questions to my agent, right? So I think it is already 9 o'clock. I will see whether I can show, because my plan is to show voice agent as well. So once that is done, then we'll see if time is there. I will try to uh, expose my agent to the outer world. Currently, I'm accessing using local host, right? So only I can access from this particular local mission, right? Anyone from outside of this mission, they cannot access my agent. But if you use tools like ngrok, ngrok will give me the URL. That URL, if you have a internet access, you can access it from anywhere. Or you can host this agent inside cloud platforms like AWS or Google Cloud. Then they will provide the IP address, external IP address of that particular EC2 system. Using that IP system also, you can access your agent anywhere from the outer world. Right. So if time allows, I will show you that as well. But first priority would be giving you know uh, giving voice commands to the system and then try to extract the output. All right. So for that purpose, what I am doing, I'm taking a new file again. This time I'm taking file name as sql underscore voice dot html. All right, guys. All right. Now let us quickly discuss how to add a voice property to our agent. Right. So there are several ways to add. First of all, there are several ways to add. Let me tell you a couple of ways. Let me tell you a couple of ways based on your feasibility, based on your system requirements. You can decide whatever approach you are going to follow. Right. The first approach is going to be, all right, guys. So the first the first approach is going to be, you take a raw audio. You take the raw audio. Let's say I am the user. I want to interact with the agent, correct? So what I will do, I will press mic button and I will speak something. Give me the list of users. So this is a voice command. This is a voice command, right? It might be in mp3 format, mp4 format, or a .wav format, correct? So because you are capturing a raw audio, not text, correct? So what will happen? You have to capture the raw input from the user, and then in your agent, before sending this raw input to the agent, you can have your speech to text conversion model. Speech to text conversion model. What this speech to text models, till now we have seen language models. What language models do? It will take text as an input, it will give you text as an output. We have seen embedding models. What embedding models does, it will take text as an input, it will give you vectors as an outputs, right? I hope in session 3 or 4 we have discussed about this, correct? Now I'm telling new model, which is a speech to a text. It means it will take audio file as an input, audio file as an input, and then it will convert that audio file to text, right? So there are several models available in the market. One that kind of model is a whisper. You can let me show you quickly. One model is going to be a whisper model. You can search whisper model, right? So you can see the description about that. Whisper is a robust open source speech to text model developed by OpenAI that can transcribe and translate audio. Right. So what is meant by transcribe? Taking audio and convert it into text. That process is called transcribe. All right, guys. So I hope it makes sense. So like this, there is another model called WOSC. WOSC is another model. WOSC English model is there, multilingual model is there based on your requirement. See, if you want to support only English voice commands, you can simply take WOSC English command. If you want to give a multiple voice support, and at that time you have to go for multilingual model. So let me quickly show you WOSC English model. You can see over here, WOSC offline speech recognition API. So whatever the models I am mentioning here, their principle is a similar, taking speech or audio as an input and then convert or transcribe that into particular text, right? All right guys, so I have given enough information, I feel. Now, what will happen? You have to give one mic option over here, and then user will click that mic option. Then he will start saying his command. Let me say how many users I have in my DB. Now you have audio file with you. You have audio file with you. That audio file will go to the backend system. In the backend system, you have to use either a whisper model or WOSC model. There are a number of models. You can choose whatever the model you want. Using that model, you have to transcribe. You have to transcribe from audio to the text. Once you got the text, that text will go to input to the agent. Agent will process and then it will give you the output. So this is the one way of handling, voice commands. The second way and simple way is, we already know some models are multi-modal capabilities. It means they can understand images, they can understand a voice as well, they can understand videos as well. Correct. So in that case, what will happen? You can directly send your raw audio to the model. The model will process and will take care everything. Correct. So that is the second way. Right. In this process, what will happen? To process your multimodality like images or audios or videos, your LLM tokens will consume more. Right. So it will cost you more obviously to process your command. Right. That is not the efficient way to do it. Yes, of course it is a good way to do it, but when cost is your primary concern, that multimodality is not going to be the best solution for you. Correct. So what is the last solution and easy to implement solution is, uh, if front end any front end is running in the browser and browser give a web speech engine. Correct. What this web speech engine does, let me quickly show you. Web speech API. All right. So you can see the web speech API. The web speech API is a JavaScript interface integrated into web browsers. All web browsers support this feature, providing functionalities for speech recognition and speech synthesis directly within the web application. This API eliminates the need of external plugins or services to incorporate voice capabilities. So what it is telling, it has a speech recognition system, right? Where it will capture on the fly the user voice and then convert into text. So in browser itself, instead of using extra model like whisper or whisper model we have discussed, WOSC model we have discussed. So instead of using external model or instead of using multi-modality capability, what we are doing, we are utilizing a browser capability of converting voice to text. Once browser converts voice to text, it is just a plain API call to you, and then that text will go to your agent. Your agent will process the input and gives you the output. So I hope I have given enough information about how to process this voice commands. If this is clear in your mind, then let us implement this web speech API and then see how agent process our voice commands, right? So let me go to my file again. I have created a new file which is sql underscore voice html, right? Just a second guys. All right. Uh, so I have already written the code for this. Let me quickly copy paste over here. So it almost similar to earlier version. Extra thing, we are using a web speech engine to convert audio to the text. So I'll quickly explain this file as well. 1 minute, guys. All it is. So regular HTML stuff, I'm adding some styles. It will be same CSS I copied from a previous file. What I have added extra is, you can see over here, I have added one extra mic icon over here, right? What this does for this particular mic button, for this particular mic button, I have assigned one extra function, right? Earlier you have seen same text was there, same send button was there. So now if you see same, this is the same text, this is the same send button, extra mic icon I have given over here. All right. So what will happen when user clicks on that mic button? When user clicks on that mic button, I have a separate function. I have a separate function. Let me show you that a separate function, what it is. So this is the thing, speech recognition. What it will do, if your browser supports speech recognition, then by default, I am adding English language. It has several language options. It also supports Hindi, Kannada, Telugu as well. If you want to support multilingual, then you need to give language selection option so that you can make this variable a dynamic. But for now, I'm considering only English support. So I have hard coded as a English here, right? En US. All right. So once this is done, it will try to transcript over here. Once transcript is done, it is transcript variable will be holding your text. So finally, what this speech recognition is doing, it is taking a raw audio input and then transcribing into a text file, right? So since we are converting all audio to text in the browser itself, I no need to change anything inside my SQL agent. In case if you are not following this way, you are not using a web speech API, what you have to do, you have to host your own whisper model or WOSP model. You have to take mp3 format or .wav file from the user, correct? And then you have to convert, then conversion you have to pass to your agent. Your agent will process the text and give you the text output. That output you can send it back to the user. All right. So in the end it is happening same. It doesn't matter you are converting in the front end, you are converting in the back end. All right, guys, right? So finally this is the same procedure, either you have to convert at front end or you have to convert at back end. So whatever is feasible for you, you can do that. All right. So once this is done, then it will take our input with that transcribe text, and then it will call our same URL, which is localhost colon 8000 slash ask, correct? So once this method is called, then agent will start processing our input and gives you the output. So let me quickly execute this file and show you what is the UI over here. So this is our first file, which is sql.html file. Now I'm going to give you a second file, which is running at same folder, but the file name is sql underscore voice dot html. All right, guys, let execute. Now you can see nothing has been changed. Same window, chart window is given here. Also I have given same chart window. Extra what I have done, I have given a extra button with mic option. Now uh, the thing is, it has the capability of processing both. You can enter text and see the output. Also you can also enter voice command and see the output. So let me process the text first. What I'm asking how many users I have in my DB. Let me click on send. So now you can see that agent is processing your response, uh, processing your input. All right, so you can see that it has given output, and also it is speaking the output to you, saying that you have 5 users in your database. All right, now let me test voice command. Now I'm sending a text message, right? Instead of that, I'll send voice message, and I expect output from my agent. So let me ask that. You have to click on allow while visiting this site. Make sure you are here. How many users are available in my database? Now you can see my text, my voice has been converted as a text, and then agent is processing my input, right? So let it process. All right, so what are your capabilities? Give me the product details of product ID 1. All right. So you understood, right? We have successfully given a voice capability for our agent, but we are purely dependent on a browser, a web speech engine. In real case, you can it depends on your requirement. If you want to continue with this, you can continue with this, or you can have your own model to do the job. Now, there is a problem over here. It is giving price in dollars. So maybe you can tweak your prompt a little bit and saying that these products are selling inside India, so that it will correct and show it as in INR format. By default, it is considering as a dollar. Or you can have a separate column in your product table, and you can give the currency as a INR, so that it will get the better understanding of what currency you are using, right? So this is how you will use your AI agent for interacting with PostgreSQL. All right, so I hope everything is clear. Let me see the comments first. Someone is asking, hi Deadpool, hello Deadpool sir, please we need a GitHub link with your code class wise. Ashish Kumar Gowda is asking this. Ashish, I'll make sure. I don't know. Uh, might be team has missed to update, but today or tomorrow I'll make sure. Okay, only day one. I think only day one things are available. I'll make sure whatever in 8 sessions we have completed, whatever 8 sessions we have completed, I'll make sure all the code bases will be available in the GitHub link, either day wise or in a bulk wise. You can find out all the links in the GitHub. Uh, Definitely, I'll make sure today I'm going to cover everything. All right. So this is how you can access your agent. Now, one last thing is pending over here, which is exporting our agent to the outer world. So for that, you can use a software. You can use a software N0 kind of software you can use, or you take all this code base and run in one cloud platform, any EC2 instance like AWS or GCP or Azure, so that they will give you the IP. Through that IP, anyone can access from anywhere, right? So since I'm not going to host it in AWS or Azure or GCP, what I will do, I will use a separate a software called NGROC. Using that, I'm going to export this to outer world so that anyone can quickly consume my API, right? So let me do that quickly. For that, you need ngrok. So if you don't have ngrok, what you can do, go to the browser, just click on ngrok. So this is the official website of ngrok. Just click over here, and then you can sign up. Then also you can download this ngrok as well from this website, right? Once you downloaded that ngrok, what you have to do, just open that ngrok terminal. So let me open that ngrok.exe. Just a minute, guys. I think there is some problem. um, Run as an administrator, yes. No, guys, there is some problem. Give me a moment. Let me see. Where is my ngrok? I've downloaded long ago. Yeah, ngrok is over here. So I can double click. All right. So once this is done, you have to run one command, which is ngrok.exe, ngrok.exe, and then http, where my agent is running. My agent is running at the port 8000, right? So what I have to do, I have to mention port 8000 over here. Now once this command is done, ngrok.exe, http, and 8000 port, hit enter. Now if it is successful, you will get a new URL over here. So you have to copy this URL. Let me copy it, and then go to the browser, use slash docs, so that your Swagger UI will be running. So if anyone is watching, you can take this URL and quickly test my agent. So let me ping you in chat section. Give me a moment, guys. I'll ping you in chat section. After this class, I'm going to end this. In case if you want to use it now itself. So you will get it from just a minute. You'll get from the account Naresh Kumar. You can go there, just copy this URL and quickly start executing this. So you take this URL, try to execute it, so that you will get this Swagger API. Once you get the Swagger API, you will be seen a post API over here. Just expand it and then click on try it out. Once you click on try it out, you can pass whatever query you want. Let's say if I say hi, the system will respond with me, because hi doesn't require any tool. Then it will say, hi, how can I assist you today? Right? Let me execute it. And yes, you can see the answer. My agent has given, hello, how can I assist you today? Right. So if you want to access, just quickly test it. After this, I'm going to, I'm going to turn off my system. Later on, this agent will not be available. If you want to test, quickly copy the URL from chat section and then test it. So if you are tested, yeah, we are done for today. I'm going to end this session now. I hope this Langchain series has given a broader perspective of how to use this particular framework for building agents, right? So if you observe carefully, we have covered all core components of a Langchain, correct? So uh, I will make sure all this material and as well as code bases will be available in the GitHub either today or tomorrow. So please download it, start using um, these code bases, and not only using these code bases, I highly recommend you to try new things, right? So that you will understand in a better way. With that in mind, I'm terminating this session. I just thank Euron and Sudhanshu for giving this wonderful opportunity. Uh, I hope I have done a decent job for explaining in Langchain in 8 sessions. So if you find it useful, please share with your fellows, and then you know let them learn Langchain framework as well. So with this, I'm going to end this session, and from next week onwards, we don't have any sessions because whatever Langchain is promised from first week, we have delivered it successfully, right? So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your time. All right, thank you.